The day a silent dog changed everything I believed about pain. There are days life prepares you for, and there are days that rip the ground from under your feet without warning. My moment arrived on a regular afternoon. No chaos, no rush, no drama, just a quiet street, and something my heart almost refused to see. I remember walking fast, headphones in, mind chasing 1,000 useless thoughts, and then my steps stopped on their own. It wasn't a sound, not a cry, not even movement. It was a silhouette. High above, on the corner of a rooftop, sat a dog. A small dog. A forgotten dog. A dog in a condition that made my chest tighten instantly. From a distance he looked like a shadow, trying not to disappear. His frame was terrifyingly thin, ribs sharp like they were trying to escape his body. His fur had lost its color. His legs trembled like they were holding the last seconds of his life together. He looked like a puff of wind could knock him down. But the worst part, the part that crushed me, were his eyes. Not scared, not hopeful, not asking anything anymore. Just tired, exhausted, waiting for life to let go of him. No dog should ever have eyes like that. I don't even remember reaching the house. It felt like my heart carried me faster than my legs. I knocked, then knocked again, then again, louder, desperate, almost shaking. Finally, the door peeled open. The faces inside were cold, emotionless, as if kindness had been removed from their vocabulary years ago. I explained everything, that the dog was dying, that he needed help now, not later, now, not tomorrow. They shrugged. He's our dog. He stays up there. He's used to it. Used to what? Used to hunger? Used to shaking from weakness? Used to slowly losing the will to live? Their words felt like ice water poured over my soul. I walked away, but I did not walk away defeated. People often think, someone else will help, someone else will report it, someone else will step in. But standing outside that house, I realized there was no someone else. It had to be me. I went straight to the police. My voice cracked as I told them everything, every detail, every minute that mattered. And they listened. Together we returned. The excuses crumbled. The lies melted away. The coldness didn't matter anymore. Finally, they gave him up. When I held him, I swear, he weighed less than the blanket I put him in later. He wasn't even trembling. He didn't have the strength to. At the clinic, the world felt painfully still. The vet examined him and shook her head softly. Extreme malnutrition, advanced dehydration, parasites, muscle collapse, severe anemia, critical weakness. Then she said the words I still hear at night. If he had stayed there one more day, he wouldn't be here today. But the injuries that scared me the most weren't on his body. They were in his heart. He had learned that life doesn't always offer kindness. He had learned that pain can become normal. He had learned that silence is what hopelessness sounds like. And in that freezing room, I made a promise. You will never have to doubt. You will never be alone again. Today he has a new name. Solas, a word that means comfort, light, and refuge. Because that's what he needed more than anything. Comfort from suffering, light after darkness, and a refuge where his story could begin again. Now he sleeps indoors, in a warm corner he chose for himself. He eats without fear. He plays. He nudges my hand for affection. He even barks, a tiny bark, but a bark that means I'm alive. And every time he looks up at me with those same eyes, eyes that once expected the end, I see something new, a spark, a softness, a quiet trust returning, step by step. The story isn't rare. It isn't unusual. It isn't a miracle. There are countless dogs out there who don't cry anymore, not because they're fine, but because they stop believing anyone cares. And neglect isn't always loud. It hides on rooftops, behind fences, in backyards, in silence. And most of the time, we pass by without noticing. But sometimes, you are the one who's meant to notice. If you ever see something that feels wrong, something small but painful, something silent but cruel, don't look away. Don't wait. Don't assume someone else will do it. You might be the only chance that life has given that animal. Saving one dog won't change the whole world. But for that one dog, it changes everything. Solas taught me that courage isn't found in a loud fight, but in the small, unwavering decision to simply keep living when everything tells you to stop. And every day he wakes up warm, His presence is a quiet, profound reminder that the greatest pain can only be defeated by the simplest act of radical, persistent love.